Hi everyone. This video is going to, I hope, explain how we fell into the kindness trap of the manipulator, the toxic person. This is a common problem for us. I know this. Period. If we've had manipulative relationships with manipulators, people who manipulated us for months, years, we were neglected in childhood. There was something missing, something we were neglected of in childhood. At least, the very least, we were not taught boundaries. And teaching a child boundaries is about development. Emotional boundaries, they're limits that separate your thoughts, your feelings, and your perceptions from another's. As we develop into a fully functioning adult, so do our boundaries, if our parents allow us to. Emotional neglect in childhood means we didn't do this. Examples of boundaries not being developed in childhood. What does that look like in adulthood to us? What do we do? How do we identify this? We believe empathy is great. It is. Empathy is great. We believe it's great to feel others' feelings. But when we don't have emotional boundaries, we call ourselves empaths, right? The only people I've heard call themselves empaths have been emotionally manipulated and abused. What's the commonality there? Even sociopaths have some empathy. Narcissists actually have some empathy. I value compassion more. Remorse. Because that's something sociopaths do not have. Compassion or remorse. But they still have some empathy. So how valuable is empathy now? Empathy's real easy to pretend. Remorse and compassion is much harder. You'll see a psychopath being interrogated about a nasty murder, and they can fool you with empathy, pretend they have empathy. Not so much remorse. Not there. Gone. Even when they try. Doesn't work. We believe that feeling other people's feelings is great or beneficial, even strangers. There's got to be some boundaries there, right? I had a job, I know I've said this before, but I had a job in my 20s where I helped a ton of customers all the time. I bartended. Speed bartending. But I had regulars I saw every day. People tell you their problems if they have an opportunity to. And if they come to your bar and get drunk, believe me, they have problems, and believe me, they tell you what they are. And every day, so many times, tens and tens and tens of times a day, I have to feel sad and scared and excited. And it's all because of my customers. That's it. I'd be drained at the end of the day. I had no emotional boundaries. None. None. I was an empath. You can change this if you want to. You don't have to feel other people's feelings. You don't have to feel bad just because someone else feels bad. And you can say, I'm sorry, and mean it, and still not feel bad. You feel sorry for them if they want pity. If you don't need to. Most people don't want pity. Go pity someone in a wheelchair. See how they respond. Most of them don't like that. You don't want people to just pity you. You want them to be compassionate. They don't have to be just empathetic. How about people closest to you are sympathetic? Cry with you. We believe we are responsible for others' feelings, don't we? Big one. I see this every day in you guys. If someone says we hurt them, we do everything we can to make them feel better, no matter what it takes, no matter for how long. And they'll keep bringing it up, won't they? Well, you did this to me. Well, I didn't actually do that, but I still apologized 6 months ago, and I've been trying to make up for it ever since. We don't do that. We fear hurting someone's feelings, so we don't get what we need. Besides what we want or feel better, we don't get what we need in relationships. That's why. We have been taught that what we do is more important than how we feel. And that's where our parents went wrong. And that's what taught us to think and feel and believe that what we do is more important than how we feel. That's just complete judgment, complete false. How do you forgive yourself? How do you forgive somebody else if all that matters is what you do? My own father gave me some of the worst advice I've ever heard when I was about 5 years old. He told me, no matter what somebody gives you, no matter who they are, you always accept it and say thank you. Imagine a 5-year-old. So if someone offers me candy, I always accept it. I get in their van and say thank you. No boundaries. Telling me all that matters is what I do. Who cares how it feels? We must have boundaries and we must communicate them for our own protection, for our own comfort, and our own autonomy, to get what we need, to feel good, to get what we want, to stick true to who we are, and our beliefs, our values. Boundaries are our comfort zone. Okay? Here's my comfort zone for this relationship. I don't like them this close. I don't like them that far away. I like them right here. My wife, I like right here. When she gets too far away, I say, honey, too far away. Haven't been with you close enough, done much with you. Haven't seen you much. Get closer. Can we hang out tonight? My friend Greg is out here. Gets a little too close, makes me feel uncomfortable. I say, Greg, you're too close. Get back emotionally. No, I've hung out with you for 14 hours. Time for you to go home. Okay? So, the way we protect ourselves and have a comfortable relationship and remain autonomous is through emotional language. Emotions are our body doing things, and we can describe that to somebody. Or we can just give it the name, the feeling. The best protection word is uncomfortable. Remember this. If you're outside my comfort zone, then it's uncomfortable. Okay? It's the least offensive, isn't it? Instead of you're making me nervous, you're scary, you're weird, you're gross, you're making me feel good. I'm uncomfortable. That makes me uncomfortable. Example. Many people have told me I'm a great host. It was always my house in the 20s that people, in my 20s, I had tons of friends like most people do when they're younger. But they all came to my house. I was the host. I was the party, right? They came over and we drank alcohol, we ate food, we hung out, even holidays, stuff like this. And many people, many of my friends have told me, David, you make us feel really comfortable. They didn't list what I did, okay? And they're not telling me how they feel about me. They're telling me how I made them feel. I made them feel comfortable, which is what I wanted. That's it. I invite people over. I smile. I laugh. I make them laugh. I'm really nice and polite. I give them food and drink, maybe even gifts. I offer my home and play the music they like and give them nice, clean sheets on their own bed if they need to stay the night. I want them to feel comfortable. Now, toxic manipulators will do the same thing. What's the difference? How do we know? What can we do? It's about how we feel. How they make us feel. Not how we feel about them. Again, every time we are scammed, conned, tricked, fooled, taken advantage of, and manipulated, there's someone who's an influencer. Someone was influential to us. And we had a vulnerability, which all of us do. This is our vulnerability. Poor boundaries means we don't speak up in fear of looking bad or hurting others' feelings or their reaction or scare their reaction. That's poor boundaries. That's low self-worth and low self-esteem and low self-respect, isn't it? You feel uncomfortable when a manipulative person crosses your boundaries. Example, I offer you food every day. Hey, I got this today. Hey, I got you something. Hey, I made a bunch of this. Eat this. Just thinking about that, how's that feel? But what if it starts happening every day, right? The first day. Oh, okay. What if you don't want it? What if you don't like it? What if it's gross? What if they're dirty? These are things that I think about when people offer me food, right? Geez, did you wash your hands? I don't know. You did. Oh, what is it? Oh, I don't care for that. Oh, shoot. Eat it anyway. That's what my dad taught me. Thank you. Next day. Got something for you. Here's breakfast. Oh, here's dinner. Here's lunch. Breakfast, lunch, dinner every day. I wouldn't allow that. I don't want someone to take care of me. I want to take care of myself, and I can't reciprocate that, nor do I want to, and I don't want to be in debt. The influencer wants your trust. They want control over you. They want you dependent on them and in debt. They will do something nice for you. And human beings always reciprocate. Well, we know some that don't, but we do, right? Natural. It's natural. If I want your trust, I give you something. Yeah, and then I get you to invest a little bit. It's hard to walk away from what we're invested in. You can attach to anyone. If I feed you every day, you'll probably attach to me. And then you'll owe me. Then you'll feel sorry, you'll feel bad. But there's more. We won't trust the act of kindness, we will trust the person. Wrong. Then we reciprocate, don't we? Now we're in a relationship with someone we may not even want to have a relationship with. What if we cannot reciprocate? What if we don't for a year? What if they pay our bills, our rent? What if they pay our medical bills? We will believe that we need them, that we're dependent on them, rather than finding ways to deal with this stuff and pay for these things ourselves, or make better decisions and change our life so we don't have these kinds of bills. There's something we can do, but we cannot depend on someone else. We will believe we are dependent on them. We'll feel that. They smile. They are nice, kind, polite. They give, but it's too much. It feels too much. You know that feeling. We feel uncomfortable, but we think that they are nice for doing that. Oh, they're just being nice. They're being nice. They're being nice. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they're doing. Remember? It matters how we feel about it. It doesn't matter what we do, just how we feel about it. Oh, I take the food. I take the gifts. I take the things, and it doesn't feel right. But they sure are nice, aren't they? They're a good person. I hear this all the time. They're just a good person. You're a good person. You're a bad person. It doesn't work that way. That simple binary, extreme splitting doesn't work with people. What does that mean? They're a good person. Well, they won't abuse me. Why? Because they fed you? Because they're nice, kind, polite? That's how psychopaths start. Psychopaths are nice. They're charming. The only way you know who a psychopath is, except recently we've found out we can discover it in brain scans, unless you have a portable brain scan with you that they're willing to take. The only way to know is how they make us feel. Not how we feel about them, not what they're doing, how it feels. No, thank you. Why? Just take it. Oh, come on. Already your red flag detector should come up. I said, no, thank you. So we already know no's not enough. Oh, come on, please, come on. I'm uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable with that. I feel pressured. I don't want someone feeding me and taking care of me. Are my feelings enough? Are they enough? Or do I have to defend myself, explain myself? Do I have to bargain with you? Do I have to do, no, you don't. We're both here to make each other feel comfortable, and now I'm telling you, I feel uncomfortable, and you keep doing it. If I talk about what someone does, they can defend it, they can deny it. That's what you guys do. When you think someone's cheating on you, or you've caught them cheating, you say, oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, we're just talking. No, we're just friends. We didn't do anything. We just kissed. It doesn't matter. What matters is how it made you feel, because if it didn't bother you, then it's not a problem, right? But it bothers you. What did you do? What did you say? Because all we have to do is say how it feels. That hurts. I feel insecure because of what you're doing. And if the other person cares, they help fix it. And if we can't, it's over. Period. You're scaring me. You're hurting me. You're making me uncomfortable. How do they react to that? Will tell you a lot about a human being. We can weed some manipulators out of our lives this way. But we have to be autonomous. We have to rely on ourselves. We have to depend on ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. And we are the ones that make ourselves feel better and comfortable, not someone else. And they don't know that unless we communicate it to them. And this is a measure of our self-worth. If you guys have had problems where your low self-worth or low self-esteem or low self-respect has caused negative effects in your life, this is why. And you can tell where those are by how strong your boundaries are. Boundaries aren't walls, guys. They're not meant to just keep you safe. It's meant to protect you while you're living with people, in relationships with them, how to feel the best. I hope I made my point. How we fall for this kindness trap. Be careful, guys. And the best word you could ever use is no. It makes me feel uncomfortable. If someone cares who you are, then they care about how you feel, especially what they're doing to make you feel that way. I hope that makes sense. Let me know. Ask questions, I'll always answer them, but please give your examples if you can. I would love them. I could sit here and give examples all day. Someone at the office wants to give you a really expensive watch. What do? Doesn't that just make you feel uncomfortable right away? If it does, you may not have the best boundaries. If it causes stress, and if it does, you just tell them. That causes me stress. That makes me uncomfortable. I can't accept that, but thank you very much. Oh, come on. It's no big deal. It wasn't expensive for me. I got the money. I'm telling you how it makes me feel. Isn't that enough? Okay? Hope it makes sense. Let me know what you guys think. Please ask questions, but examples, I would love them. Thanks, guys. Love yourself first, okay? Bye-bye.